Hello everybody, my name is Inspector Biz. I spent the last weeks investigating Tatiana James' case. How a 20-years-old girl who was, in her own words, a broke college student, working as a waitress, became a multi-million-dollar business owner, in just 4 years. In this video, I'm gonna reveal you the 6 success factors that made her work unique and lucrative. The goal of the channel is to discover how passive incomes are generated, and we are gonna do it by studying what successful entrepreneurs did, and by looking at which are the steps they took in order to reach financial freedom. They all have basically one thing in common. One thing: they developed what I call smart businesses. The main advantage of this kind of businesses is to separate income from time, so that you can create at the same time multiple income streams that do not rely on your presence to continue existing. Successful entrepreneurs didn't just work hard. Working hard is necessary, but many times it's not enough. They work hard and smart to reach financial freedom. I have chosen to analyze Tatiana's businesses because I immediately noticed she was very determined, smart, and she was doing it right.
So I'm not working just for a paycheck, I'm working for a future.
Amen. That's why I choose her. The motivation is not money, but on building a future. People who have the focus just on money lose interest very soon, because creating a business does not equal to generate money immediately. In fact, it requires care, energy, and time. Focusing just on money, it's like wanting the fruit without taking care of the tree that generates the fruit, resulting in a dry plant that cannot produce results. The same applies with building a business. The attention has to be on the business, on taking care of it, and not just on money. Tatiana understood that. This is the index of the video. First, I will outline the products that she sold. Second, I will list her multiple income sources. In the main part of the video, I will list the 6 success factors in detail that make her work unique and lucrative. Let's start with a quick timeline of her products. She started selling on Amazon around 2015, after attending an e-commerce training course. Her first product was an information product, Kindle books about dog training, generating around $600 a month. Then she moved to the beauty category with her first physical product, cognac sponges, starting with an inventory of just $300 and making a revenue of $3,000 a month. Then to eyelashes, generating $5,000 a month. Cognac sponges and eyelashes were a dying trend, so she moved to the fourth product, the main one, the one which opened her way to be a millionaire, waist trainers. Now that we've taken a brief look at her e-commerce goods, let's move to the next section of the video. What are the income streams of Tatiana? I found 9, and they are the following: Amazon FBA, Shopify, sponsoring a famous e-commerce course named ASM few years ago, YouTube ad revenue, affiliate marketing, sponsoring other Amazon sellers on her YouTube platform, e-commerce online courses, dividends from an investment portfolio of stocks and ETFs. In the last months, Tatiana is also investing in other sellers' businesses. One observation and refer to the first income, Amazon FBA. In 2020 she sold her waist trainer business for 7 figures, so this income doesn't exist anymore, but I listed it for the sake of completeness. The best way to study successful entrepreneurs is not by listening to their advices, but looking at their work. This is what we are doing here. So let's dive into the 6 success factors of Tatiana's businesses. I'm gonna dig in details into her business model. This can be a little overwhelming, so please take a break if you need to. The first factor that determined her success was a smart product choice, starting with selling goods to a target audience to which she belongs to. This is a golden rule of creating smart businesses. She knows the needs of the customer, and that's why she is able to fulfill their expectations, because she is one of them. Being part of the target audience allows her to use experience and create something of value. Another reason why she made smart product choices is because she picked what are called passionate niche products, which have in general higher demand than common products like, for example, commodities. The main property of these products is that the customer identifies himself with them. In other words, the product for the targeted customer is something that gives him a sense of self. It confirms who the person is in the core and how the person sees himself. Another property of passionate niche products is that almost every one of them provides an experience, a journey to the person who uses it. They are tools to help the customer reach a goal, to get to a better state. You are more able to play with the prices because the bind with the customer and the good is so strong that he or she is willing to pay more. I'm not going in depth into this. I will create a special video for this important argument. Some examples of passionate niche products are luxury and beauty accessories, camping, hiking, gardening, eco-friendly products, etc. Going further on explaining about her smart choices, it's easily noticeable that all of her physical products have some characteristics in common. For example, they all belongs to the beauty category. They all are consumable goods. That means they have a brief lifetime, so that they have to be bought again and again, bringing more profit in the long run. The customer's lifespan is longer and the profit potential of each customer is higher with this type of goods. All of the products that Tatiana sold have the same physical characteristics. They all are lightweight, small, and they do not break. To put it in another way, they all have favorable characteristics for e-commerce. For example, they allow low storage and shipping costs. Perfect for long-distance shipments and for fulfillment centers. All of Tatiana's sold goods have very high profit margin. She sold only premium products, with at least 60% profit margin. The profit is the thing that allows entrepreneurs to sleep well. Not the revenue. The revenue can sound cool, but the profit is what counts at the end of the day. In order to generate more profit, she outsourced the production where it costs less. There is no doubt that she knows what she is doing. Almost every entrepreneur who implemented smart businesses and sells physical goods has the production in China. This is not an accident. In fact, they all know very well that one way to rise the profit is to lower the expenses. She outsourced not only the production, but also the customer services where the costs of services are significantly lower. The second success factor is choosing goods with high branding potential. I'm referring in particular to waist trainers here. The huge advantage of products with high branding potential is that you can build an audience around them. The opposite to them is what is called a commodity. For example, like pillows, chairs, trash cans, and so on. People need commodities, but they do not love them. They probably won't say, "OMG, I cannot wait to buy this trash can." They are in general not willing of spending much on them, and the profit margin are low. On the other hand, with products that have high branding potential, you are selling an experience. The value goes behind the product itself. This is very similar to the concept of passionate niche products, on which I spoke about before. We can say, it's another way of looking at them. With waist trainers, she merged two passionate niche products, one belonging to the beauty category and one to the fitness category, into one. This is really smart. She doubled down and used the advantages of the two passionate niche categories, beauty and sport. In fact, there are some products that position themselves in the intersection of two categories, and have for this reason, the advantage of both. The goods that fall into two or more categories at the same time usually has a supplement function. For example, tea bags with detox or fat-burning properties. Tea bags belong originally to the drink category, and the function of having detox or fat-burning properties allow them to fall also in the beauty category. Creativity is at the forefront when developing businesses. That's why I like to investigate them. Every business it's a little and unique world. It gets never boring. Continuing with waist trainers, she uses the sport category to sell training courses. This is also very clever. The third success factor is product differentiation through her image/persona. Her image is the unique selling proposition, or USP, and the one of the main parts of her brand. The customer associates the product with her. The goods are built around her, literally. She creates a unique feature that distinguishes the product from the competitors. In fact, competitors cannot copy her products. It's like she have copyrights because she uses something that other sellers cannot have: her image, her persona. This advantage is well known from celebrities. There are so many examples of makeup lines of Hollywood personalities. One of the most original ideas is the Lady Gaga Oreo version. You probably won't buy the biscuit bag because of the new Oreo version, but because it's her version. The same concept applies here: differentiation through image/persona. But there is one disadvantage with this type of differentiation. If a business is built around a person, it's not easily sellable, because at the end, the product is identified through the person. They are strictly related. The consequence is that without the person, the product doesn't have much sense anymore. The fourth success factor is organic selling, namely no paid advertising. As I said before, the profit is what counts, and profit is revenue minus expenses. Find a way to increase organic selling, improves automatically the profit. How did she do it? Basically via 2 steps. She used what she calls the power of social media and automated systems. She used YouTube as a tool to build an audience because, as she said, YouTube is less competitive than other social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. She created a YouTube channel and started discussing her products. With time and dedication, and by creating value, she managed to group people with the same interests. In this way, she could propose the product directly to them, rather than looking for customers via paid advertising. After she created an audience and achieved a consistent income stream on Amazon, she started promoting her Shopify shop by offering a bigger variety of products and higher discounts on the new platform. In this manner, she could stimulate her audience to buy directly on Shopify rather than on Amazon. To reassume this last point, how she moved from Amazon to Shopify? The answer is by building her own audience on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and also by creating her own mailing list. The next question would be, and how did she create an audience and a mailing list? This would be a very broad and articulated answer, and I don't want to put too much on your plate. The most simplistic answer is, by building value, and by taking advantage of the tools and functions that the specific platforms offer. She achieved organic selling also by using automated systems. All the e-commerce platforms have a built-in mechanism that generates organic sales. In fact, each of them earns money by making a commission on the single product sold, which is called commission fee. It's the platform itself that proposes your products to its customers, based on the degree of value that you create for the customer. The more value you create, the more incentive the platform has to sponsor your product organically. It's a win-win situation. The fifth success factor is gradual investing and incremental learning. She started small and then grew the business step by step, from smaller to incrementally bigger milestones. She took the earnings of the first product and invested them into a second one, then she invested the earnings of the second product into a more complex one, and so on. This is totally smart, because it allows you to gain confidence and momentum while limiting your risks. It's a safer way to build experience and wealth, rather than remain burned and discouraged on a project bigger than you. Building a business is a learning process. I repeat, because it's important. Building a business is a learning process. That's why it's so important to start gradually and taking one open eye to limiting your risks. I said limiting, not avoiding. Creating a business has a learning curve. Rome wasn't built in a day. Know-how and experience also. Tatiana has shown that. In fact, she applied the knowledge gained with the first products into incrementally more challenging projects. the last, but absolutely not the least success factor is that she surrounded herself with a great circle of influence. The first person that comes to my mind is obviously her husband, Tatiana James. People who belong to the so-called circle of influence are the ones who support and stretch the person's growing process. The term is taken from Stephen Covey's most famous book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it's the exact opposite to the circle of concern, to which people who drag you down into a state of misery belong. To recognize your circle of influence, you have to know your true self very well. But practically, how having a great circle of influence has benefited her success. This has contributed in many ways. For example, she leveraged the trust of Stefan's YouTube audience, an audience at the time of almost 1 million people, by being in some of his videos as a guest. One video in particular became viral. She makes $40,000 a month on Amazon. This launched her officially as a successful Amazon FBA seller. Tatiana and Stefan share the same target audience, which means that all traffic to her YouTube channel, while she was a recurrent guest in Stefan's videos, was relevant/warm traffic for her. Not everybody has this kind of opportunity. Surrounding yourself of people who have already accomplished the goals that you want to accomplish, so that you can learn from them, it's a crucial factor to success. In conclusion, Tatiana has become a successful entrepreneur and wealthy by developing smart businesses. The system/the structure that surrounds the business is way more important than the business itself. It's this particular structure that allows the business to run and continue to make money without your presence. She didn't just work hard, but also smart. I personally learned so much from her. Thank you, Tatiana. I'm the Inspector Biz, and in the next weeks I will present other successful entrepreneurs and investigate their smart businesses, and hopefully, giving you some ideas to develop your own. If you like the video, please smash the like button or subscribe. Let me know if you would like to further explore a particular argument by writing me a comment below. Thanks for watching and see you soon.